All right, here we go. All right. Hi, everyone. Cari Carter with the Cari Carter Group, and I'm here with Chad Johnson at the 50th in France office to do our weekly, or what used to be our weekly, but we've been so busy, Chad, Fun with Math with Chad. And I tell you, you guys, it's been a crazy, crazy market. We keep telling you that, and it keeps getting crazier. How are you doing, Chad?
Crazy, as a matter of fact. That's a great word. And every time we tell you how busy it is and how crazy the market is, it gets a little worse the next week, right? So that's why we keep talking about it, because it keeps getting crazier.
You know, I think that just speaks, Chad, to the fact that when people talk to me about real estate, everyone needs a home to live in more than ever right now. More than ever right now.
Yeah. You know, we're seeing, whether it's that first-time buyer or that move-up buyer or that forever home buyer, across the board, it's busy right now. Everyone's looking for something a little bit different to meet their needs after they've been locked up at home for so long.
Yeah, I call it right sizing. I feel like it's not necessarily people needing to downsize. You know, 50% of our market is empty nesting, and the other half of it really is a young market buying their first home. In some cases, you know, they're growing because of the family dynamic. In many cases, our empty nesters have their kids with them right now, where that wasn't necessarily the case. So I would say, Chad and I, when we both talk about this, we're right-sizing people every day. And that falls into all categories of life at all ages.
Yeah.
So one of the things I think we'll start this off with is rates. For everybody, rates are phenomenal, and they are definitely perpetuating the housing market and a driver, if you will, on being comfortable making life change because of affordability.
Yeah, and there's been two real interesting things that have happened in the interest rate market in the last, one today and the other in the last couple of weeks. You know, we're continuing to see purchase rates at or near historic lows. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have instituted a pricing hit for refinance volume. So if you hear that, remember that's just on refinances, not on purchases.
Right.
And the other thing that came out is the Federal Reserve is going to keep the prime rate down now. They've pledged that out as well. So while that prime rate doesn't necessarily affect mortgage rates, it affects things like your car loan, your credit cards, your personal loan. That definitely plays a role in the market and what's could or could not happen to interest rates. So while we're at these low rates, it really is a great time to take a look and get started with the process.
Absolutely. Now, one of the things Chad and I do quite a lot of, because it's such a huge faction of our market, and I think I can speak on a national level, this is definitely the case, are empty nesters, are homeowners that have been in their home for 20 plus years. And if you follow me on Facebook or follow me on social, you'll see that's one of our specialties. We're helping people through lifestyle transition. We're helping them take a home that they've been in for 20 plus years and get it to the point where we can sell the home for them. And it's a process. I mean, there's a lot of purging and packing and storing and life discussion about where they want to go and how that looks and what they're bringing with them. And in many cases, when we're talking to those clients, Chad, they want to identify and purchase their home first, so we can have that be a part of that process for them. In other words, we're identifying what are they keeping so we can move it, get them moved so we can empty the house, and then freshen the space so we can stage it and get it on the market for a premium. How are you consulting with those clients?
Yeah, it is a very relevant topic, Cari. So we do see that quite a bit in the market right now. And there's several different ways we can help that person, whether it's doing a home equity line of credit or a bridge loan on their current property to access some of that equity to use as their down payment on the new house before they sell. We see some cases where people are borrowing against their investment funds, either cashing them out or doing a loan against them with the financial institution without having to pay a penalty sometimes.
Right.
We can certainly do a bridge loan, pull that money, borrow against investments. But the other thing that a lot of times we see is people will do a first and second mortgage on the new house, right? So instead of doing 20% down right away or whatever their magic number is, they'll do 5% down. So we do a first mortgage and a second. And then when they sell that initial house, they pay off that second mortgage and they're down to just one payment. The other product that's becoming more and more prevalent in today's market as well is, it's called a recast. on your mortgage. So, you finance a larger amount to start with. When you sell your current home, you take that lump sum payment, let's say it's $100,000, you pay down the new mortgage by $100,000, and the mortgage companies will recast that payment for you saying, okay, your balance is now $100,000 less. Here's your new monthly payment based off your new balance. So if you're in that scenario, and I know a lot of people are, there's lots of solutions. Don't let it be something that, becomes a mental block for you. Let's take a look at your situation and see what we can find to match it.
Absolutely. I think that's the biggest, the emotional, I call them bumpers that people have a hard time getting beyond. The money component and the overwhelm and the idea of selling this house they've been in for so long. We consult on that, everyone, on the daily. Every single day we're helping you through that process. We have I call them levers. We have so many levers we can pull to help you through that process. So we're here for you 24/7, literally right now.
Literally.
Literally, if you would like to have a conversation around the money, Fun with Math with Chad, he makes it fun for you. We can have that money conversation. We can have that lifestyle discussion. We're here to help you. Is there anything you want to add, Chad, to close this one out today?
Yeah, I say this a lot, Cari Ann, to buyers when I meet with them or I talk with them. The great part about my job, it is all math. And the math isn't going to lie. So if it works, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. Let's set you up to get to the spot where it will. So, whether it's an immediate need or we start looking at something now and the numbers just don't work, let's come up with a plan to get you to the spot where you are comfortable with it. So please don't ever feel like if you're not ready right this second, you shouldn't reach out to have that financial conversation, because sometimes it does take several months or a year or 2 years to plan and get you to the right spot. Other times I'll talk to somebody and 15 minutes later they're signing a purchase agreement. So
I know.
we see everything in between. Just have a quick phone call, see if we can make it work for you.
Yeah, it's about setting you all up for success. That's what we're here to do. We just want to help you get to what you really want in life. That's the whole point of all of this. Whether it's sooner or later, to be able to understand at the very beginning what the math looks like for you is critical. That's how you're able to push the go button. So absolutely, I agree with you. Let us set you up for success. And the first thing to do is to have that call and do the math. We're glad to be in front of everybody. If you have any questions, shoot us a message. We're happy to chat. Thank you very much. You have a beautiful day, Chad.